On those stories and all the day's news coming up at 1 o'clock.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. Quitting smoking, the topic of today's phone-in. We have a couple of guests with us. Melanie Langell is the president and CEO of the New Brunswick Lung Association in Fredericton. And Jan Porter is also joining us from Amherst today. She's a community outreach worker with Nova Scotia Health with a specialty in nicotine. 1-800-565-1940 is the number, and we're going to scoot to the phone lines right now. Charles LeBlanc calling from Fredericton. Hi, Charles.
Hey, Bob. How are we doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Do you smoke or have you quit smoking?
Well, it's sort of. I'll make a long story short. It's amazing that I smoked before because I rode a 10-speed bicycle across Canada and around the Maritimes and across the States in the late 70s. And then I decided to join the Army, so I was there for 6 months. Yeah, good timing. Make sure you shut everything off when you phone the talk show. So I decided to join the Army. Mm-hmm. And then the sergeant will, in those days, he would say, "Oh, except go take a break." He'll say, "Go have a smoke. Go have a smoke." So I decided, I don't know why, I started smoking, and I smoked for 32 years. And in the late, around 2009, I was laying down in bed, and at night I was coughing. So I'm a blogger in this city, and then I said to myself, do I want to continue to be a pain, or do I want to die? So I chose to continue to be a pain with the politician, and I quit smoking. And when I quit, it's sort of like in Fredericton, it's unique. We got the two bridges, the walking bridge and the Westmoreland Bridge. We could walk around and walk. I do it all the time. Mm-hmm. And it was a little, by the Westmoreland Bridge, there's a little walkway. And when I was smoking, I would stop and take my second breath. But once I quit smoking, after a month, it was such amazing to go up that little hill. It was just like Rocky, hey, look at me now. And it was just, I had a blog, so I wrote a diary, and that kept me going. And then I always carried a Gatorade bottle of water, the squirt one. I always carry it in my pocket. Mm-hmm. When I have a conversation with somebody, it wasn't that usually you would light up a cigarette. I would have that bottle of water.
Right.
And plus, if somebody smoked around me, I would just squirt them away. And I would just picture in my mind that my heart is smiling for the first time in years. There's no nicotine flying through the body. And I picture the big makers of cigarettes, the industry, the owners of the industry that make cigarettes. They're crying because I quit smoking.
You and a whole lot of other people, and so you're kind of hitting them in the pocketbook there a little bit, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And furthermore, you know how much people love the government these days. Mm-hmm. If you want to take the government to take a hike, quit smoking, they will start crying because they'll lose all that money.
Okay, so I see that's why you said off the top there that you decided to be a pain for the politicians. So you're kind of sort of hurting the revenues that are coming into the provincial coffers as a result of your move, and hoping that other people do the same thing. Charles, you've mentioned a number of things there. I just want to go back to something else you mentioned. The Gatorade bottle. I thought you were just going to talk about that sort of being a reaction. Instead of putting a cigarette up your mouth, you're putting the water bottle up your mouth. I see you're also spraying other people, which, I don't know we want that to happen on a grand scale. But how many times did you have to try to quit before you actually were successful?
Well, it once or twice, but this time here, I said to myself, I have to stop, because the way I was walking and the way I was breathing, and I had to stop. And let's not forget, I'm half Scottish, so once I have something in my mind, that's it. But I want to add one more thing. I had a friend named Myra Stewart, and I told her, I said, you're wheezing. Then me and her, we will start fighting, and I begged her to go see the doctor, and unfortunately, she got lung cancer, and at the age of 55, she died. And I asked her in her deathbed if she had any words for the smokers. She said, "Tell them don't be stupid." And that's what I'm telling the audience. Don't be stupid. And during these days, you really want to piss the government off. Quit smoking.
Okay, well, Charles, thanks very much. Melanie, I want to just pick up on that. I mean, this is an addiction we're talking about here, and I don't know if I would use the word stupid in any kind of a conversation regarding this. But the other thing I wanted to ask you too, Melanie, is the point that Charles made that he started to feel different almost immediately after he quit smoking.
Yes, actually, it's been proven that within 20 minutes of taking your last cigarette, your body already starts to make some changes, including dropping blood pressure and things like that. So over time, as you're putting less and less stress on your body with the nicotine that when you're smoking, you're continually putting that into your body. We do see significant cardiovascular improvements. So you will see things like being able to breathe easier, not being winded when you go up a set of stairs or up the ramp, like Charles mentioned, onto the bridge, being able to walk easier. So it was really great, Charles. Thank you for sharing your story about those personal experiences with these improvements in your health that you saw within the short term.
Yeah, and it's so encouraging when you do get to see changes quickly after making a change like that. So, Charles, thanks for calling. We are going to jump along to Windsor now in Nova Scotia. Sharon Bogel on the line. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Where do you fit in today's conversation?
I quit smoking in 1986.